Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for October. Hope you guys are all doing well. I am going to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Cancer sign out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, guys, get in where you fit in. And as always, please don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Cancer? Cancer. Cancer. All right, Cancer, you are starting out with the Ace of Wands reversed. You have the Eight of Cups reversed. And the Knight of Swords in reverse. So there's some sort of psychic, I don't know where that came from. There's some sort of karmic lesson or cycle here that you might be going through. I do feel like you've had an ending with somebody and you may be thinking that that person's coming back into your energy, or you might be considering going back with this person. This would be somebody you're not talking with, and you could have had an argument with this person. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who's in Cancer's energy. Wow, their cards flew out. Ah, the Fool. Page of Pentacles reversed and the Strength card. This person's trying to find the courage to come towards you and communicate. Yeah, this is somebody that may have been indecisive in the past. They didn't know what they really wanted, but they're trying to find the courage. They want to take a risk. They want to take a leap of faith with you. They want a new beginning with you. You could be dealing with a Leo or a Pisces, but this is somebody, again, there's a lack of communication. So let me see the energy between Cancer and this person. All right, we have the Five of Pentacles and we have Temperance in reverse, sign of Sagittarius. So I feel like when this ended, this connection ended, you felt left out in the cold. You felt rejected. You felt abandoned by this person. There's a deep sense of loss that you experience. But this person wasn't offering you an equal and balanced connection. This person's not very balanced, actually. There's a need for them to heal something in their energy. Let me see what's affecting this connection. This is somebody who pretended that they didn't. So there's this imbalance here that they were offering you. It wasn't a balanced connection, and they pretended not to know, but they actually did. Eight of Swords. Yeah, you're both thinking about one another. You're both thinking about communicating. You may be hoping this person does come back into your energy. I don't feel like you've completely walked away from this person. There's still an emotional attachment here. Let me see. Show me the outcome. Show me the outcome. This person is low-key obsessing over you. And you could be as well, so be aware. Show me the outcome. All right, we have the Lovers in reverse. Okay, this is unusual. We got 3 cards, but I'm going to take them. Okay, we have the Lovers reversed. We have Judgment in reverse and the Tower in reverse. All right, so in the outcome, it's a judgment call that's being made here. I feel like at the end of the day, there could be this idea of coming back together, reconciling with this person, but at the end of the day, I don't see the reconciliation happening, and I see you rebuilding yourself. There's a realization that this wasn't built on truth, and it wasn't built on a solid foundation. And so I feel like you're kind of looking back over your shoulder at this person and saying, okay, you know, what caused me to be in a relationship here that wasn't built on a solid foundation? You know, why did I behave the way I've behaved? And I see you making a judgment call here to work on yourself, to rebuild yourself. in their energy, this is somebody, I feel like they had choices. They had a choice between you and someone else. And this is somebody who chose to go in another direction. And now I feel like this person is regretting that. See, they didn't know what direction to go in. Now they may be trying to come back in with a reconciliation here. But the thing is I don't see any action cards on their side. Not yet anyway. And I'm not seeing them taking the action. So we'll clarify it though, because sometimes in the clarification it'll pop up. We have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. This tells me that you're very emotionally discontent with the entire situation. So let me clarify. Why is the Ace of Wands in reverse? For some of you, you may feel like this person, was only coming in looking for, sexual gratification. We have the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands. You have options. Yeah, you have several new people here in your energy, several options here. So I feel like you I feel like you have definite options. Even though this relationship ended, it's not like you didn't have other people that were clamoring to be with you. Yeah, so you may be entertaining options at this point. Let me see why the Eight of Cups is in reverse. I do feel like you want to talk to this person, but it's more because there was a sense of, abandonment here. You might be needing to look at abandonment issues. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles and we have the Magician. You're manifesting money, but you're also manifesting a very strong independence. Some of you are manifesting this person to come back. I see you in a very strong, single, but very strong and independent energy. I'm also seeing that you're kind of playing the field. You have other options here. But there's still some emotional attachment. But for some of you, that emotional attachment is tied to some sort of trauma, like childhood trauma. It's attached to feelings of abandonment or feelings of rejection. So I do feel like you have many options here. Your money is looking good, and that's a relief, right? Let's see why the Knight of Swords is in reverse. I feel like you're strengthening your spiritual connection as well. Why is the Knight of Swords in reverse? The Death card reversed. And the King of Wands reversed. Okay, so you're not talking to this person. You're not taking any action towards them, but you just don't feel like things are over between you and them either. Even though you have all these other options, even though you're very strong and independent, you're a great manifester, I just feel like you still have some attachment to this person, even though there's been this ending. That being said, you're not taking any action towards them. The problem is you also need to take action towards, rebuilding yourself as well. So this is telling me that there's some things here in your energy, Cancer, that still need to be addressed that are, completely with you. Let's look at this person's energy. Why is the Fool here? Why is the Fool here? Oh, this person has a lot of ego. Five of Swords and the Devil. Oh, you might be dealing with a narcissist. Yeah, that's not a good combination to have. You might be dealing with somebody who is extremely toxic. This person feels like you made a fool out of them. You may have left them, actually, for some of you, but this person is definitely in their ego. There's some toxic energy here. They could be somebody who has, drug or alcohol dependencies. There's some sort of toxic energy. It could just be like somebody who doesn't prioritize the connection, but there's definitely this energy of them being combative. They don't fight fair. They do nasty things. They're not a balanced person. Emotionally, they're not balanced. They're not honest with themselves. They're not honest with you. Like I said, this is somebody who pretended that they didn't see things or notice things, but they did. And I feel like this is somebody who tried to trigger your feelings of abandonment and rejection. This is somebody that is very, you know, manipulative. Let me see why the Page of Pentacles is in reverse. Yeah, I don't like their energy, if I'm being honest with you. Of course, it's not for me to like, you know, I'm not involved. All right, so we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. You have the Ace of Wands as well. And this person has the Knight of Pentacles. So this person that's in your energy, they haven't been talking with you. I don't feel like they have necessarily been entertaining others. They could be, but I'm not really seeing that. With the Ace of Wands in the reverse, this person was very sexual in the way they approached you, which is why I see some of you questioning whether or not this was more of a sexual connection. This is somebody who is trying to move forward with their life right now, but I feel like they would like for you to come back. This is somebody, Cancer, that feels like they will win if you come back in, you know? So they may try to manipulate the scenario to get you to have this new beginning, but they're not going to put a whole lot of effort into it because then they would feel like they didn't win. This is somebody that likes to win, but they're the only one playing this toxic game. I feel like you were coming through very, like, real, and they weren't. Let me see why the Strength card is here. Why is the Strength card here? All right, we have the Four of Wands reversed. We have the Four of Swords in the upright. Yeah, so this person's having to hold themselves back from coming towards you. See, they feel like this is somebody who wants to win at all costs. And this is someone who can be very manipulative. What am I not seeing on their side? I'm not seeing cups. I'm not seeing the emotion. I'm seeing passion. I'm seeing that they want to move towards the passion, but I don't see them like extending themselves in anything other than a manipulative manner. So I feel like they want to talk to you, but they're not gonna. They're holding back because you're not talking to them. They want you to come to them. Then they would feel some sense of achievement, like they've won something. This is a very narcissistic person. So they would rather allow things to end than to, you know, come towards you and talk to you, even though they actually really do want to talk to you. And they do feel like you're choosing others over them. So they must be aware in some manner that you have other people in your life. Let me see the energy between Cancer and this person. Show me the thank you. All right, so we have the Queen of Cups, we have the High Priestess, and we have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, there were a lot of secrets in this connection. This could have even been a secretive connection, but you fell for this person. You definitely fell for this person. I feel like now you're using a lot of discretion, though. See, you still have all these feelings and emotions, but you're keeping a lid on those. The thing is that you have options here. You're keeping your lid on your emotions with everyone now. I feel like you're moving intuitively. I do feel like this person triggered your issues. Whoever I'm talking to has some issues of abandonment or rejection here, and this person triggered you. So you're going within to try to resolve those and rebuild your life. Now, the person that's in your energy, I feel like there were problem after problem after problem with this person because they're extremely unbalanced and they're narcissistic. So this person brought more problems into the connection than anything. So now they're experiencing problems. They're quite unbalanced right now because they're used to controlling things, and I feel like you've escaped that control. They know that there were secrets. They know that the secrets were what caused the imbalance in this connection. And they pretended not to see things, but they did. And those problems just built and built to where now this person's feeling overwhelmed. Why is the Eight of Swords here? Why is the Eight of Swords here? All right, Four of coins in the reverse, and the Hierophant. Okay, so you're both thinking about one another. You could be dealing with a Taurus or a Scorpio, but you're both thinking about one another. This person is releasing the connection. They're trying to anyway. I feel like this person obsesses over you because things didn't go the way they wanted it to. So they feel like they have to let you go and move on with their life, but on the down low, they really do want to talk to you. They're just not going to like cave to that. They feel like it makes them look weak. In your energy, you're worried about manifesting commitment. Some of you guys are in counseling, and I feel like that's, you're dealing with the issues that were brought up. I definitely see that for somebody. Others of you are seeking counsel from a spiritual leader or somebody that you highly respect. And it is being helpful to you. I can see that. It's helping you to stand on your own 2 feet a little bit more solidly. But if this person comes back into your energy, you're hoping that they're coming back in with love and commitment. And I'm sorry, but Cancer, of course, it's your life. Never give up the control of your life to anybody. Not a family member, not a psychic, not a tarot card reader. It's always your life. It's always your decision. But it doesn't look like this person has it doesn't look like they come from a good place. They're coming from a very toxic, narcissistic energy. Let me look at the outcome. Show me the outcome. You're actually taking back your power by dipping into your intuition. So that's a positive. But this has been very trying for you, and I can see that. Okay, so we have the 4 of Cups. We have the 9 of Swords with the 10 of Swords reversed. And we have the Lovers in reverse. And that's clarifying the Lovers in reverse. This person doesn't have the commitment. This person is not able to bond with others effectively. See, they want to talk to you. They want to come forward. But ultimately, they're fighting it. They're fighting that urge. So they feel very drawn towards you. They feel this connection with you. But they would rather end things than to look weak in any way. Looking strong and like, they're in charge and they're in control is really important to this person. And it's brought about so many problems in their life. So many problems. So in the outcome, I see both of you kind of, still thinking about one another, still thinking about what you want from each other. But what you want and what they want are 2 different things. So there's the idea of rebuilding this connection. I don't see it coming together, at least not by the end of the week. But there's still this idea that both of you can't seem to let go of. Now, in your energy, I do see that you feel that this person has been very disrespectful to you. And for some of you, you may even feel like you're dealing with somebody who delves into like dark magic, or that they're very petty, or they're a bit of a player. And any and all of those things could be accurate. I feel like you're going to continue to not talk to this person. You're going to continue to ignore them. You're trying to learn lessons from the past so that you can build your own solid foundation. But the thing is that this person is still very much in your energy, and you have this idealized vision of what this connection could be. That all the betrayal could go away, that, the love and the commitment could come in if this person would just come back with the love and commitment. I just don't know that they're capable. I just don't know that they are. This is somebody that would choose an easier, and I hate to put it this way, but it looks like an easier target or an easier connection, just because they don't want to look weak in what they consider to be weak, and that is a very toxic energy. This is not somebody that is willing to compromise. but they're not willing to let you go either. So bottom of the deck is the Six of Swords. So this does tell me that as the emotional, discontentment continues in this situation, that eventually you're going to move forward in order to find peace, to move away from this chaos and to find peace in your life. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. Now, this is from my healing deck, Cancer, so I think that, it's going to be very valuable, and maybe it can give you some further guidance or advice. All right, so it's number 31. It says, unleash your creativity. I think Scorpio may have gotten that card as well. So if you have strong Scorpio, you might want to look at that. All right, it says, your creative talents and abilities are your most powerful assets. Allow your imagination to roam without limits and access new ideas without judging them. It's time for you to be innovative and birth unique creations. If you're feeling stuck, get up and move, try new things, meet new people, read books, paint, etc. Concentrate on the area of your life where you need to be creative. Are you a great singer who needs to share your talents with others? Do you have an affinity for gardening? Can you tell powerful stories? Are you technically minded? Can you whip up amazing meals? What is your special flavor of creativity? Whatever it is, give yourself permission and the time to be inventive. The more creative you allow yourself to be, the more fulfilled you're going to feel. All right, so lean into your own creativity. I hope that this has been helpful for you, Cancer. If you've resonated with this reading, please hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you in your next reading, Cancer, know that you are loved, and namaste.